They found her body beneath a New York high-rise, just 3 days before her 21st birthday.
Police in New York are investigating the apparent suicide of a European model. Authorities say that Ruslana Korshunova died yesterday after falling 9 stories from her apartment in Lower Manhattan.
Her signature Rapunzel hair had been hacked off unevenly, as if in a final act of violence or defiance. This was Ruslana Korshunova. They called her the Russian Rapunzel, a girl with storybook beauty and hair that touched her knees. At 20, she was the face of Nina Ricci, the girl British Vogue hailed as a face to be excited about. But behind the perfect photos was a story that would end in heartbreak, rumors of cult manipulation, disturbing associations, and a death that still defies explanation. So what really happened to Ruslana Korshunova? Let's get into it. Ruslana's story doesn't start on a runway in Paris. It started in Almaty, Kazakhstan, on July 2, 1987. She was the youngest in a family that prized education and hard work. Her dad, Sergei, had served in the Red Army, but when Ruslana was just 6 years old, he passed away. That left her mom, Valentina, to raise the family on her own. Friends remember Valentina as practical and grounded, and they say Ruslana carried that same quiet strength, though her life would take turns no one could have predicted. She wasn't just the pretty girl in class. Ruslana was sharp. She spoke 4 languages, and her dream wasn't to be on magazine covers. She wanted to study in Germany. She was sensitive, creative, and endlessly curious. She played piano, took voice lessons, and even wrote poetry that showed just how romantic and thoughtful she was. Modeling? That wasn't part of the plan at all. It just kind of happened. In 2003, when she was 15, her German club teacher asked if she'd pose for a local magazine called All Asia. She said yes, probably thinking it'd be just a fun memory. But those photos changed everything. Shot in Almaty's botanical gardens, the pictures were stunning. This teenager with chestnut hair flowing past her waist, wide almond-shaped eyes, and delicate features that looked like they'd been pulled straight from a fairy tale. Photographer Boris Brühl later said, "She was like clay. You could do anything with her. There was a spark in her eyes, an innocence, and something else, an undeniable presence that even a simple camera lens couldn't hide." And here's where fate steps in. Those photos ended up in an in-flight magazine. A model scout, Tatiana Cherednikova, was flipping through it on a flight from Almaty to Moscow. She saw Ruslana's picture and stopped cold. Out of countless faces she'd scouted, this one felt different. And from that moment on, Ruslana's life would never be